Hi, everyone. Just wanted to talk for a few minutes about diabetes and medications and doctors in the U.S. Aside from that, you know the routine: like, share, sub, all that good stuff. Um, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. I think it's been 7 or 8 years ago now. Big part of that was being on the standard American diet, and for decades, of course, really not eating well, drinking a lot of soda, that kind of thing. And so, of course, they say, oh, well, here, you know, take the metformin, here's 1,000 milligrams, and keep your sugar under 25 grams a day and your carbs under 50 grams a day. Um, and of course, 50 grams of carbs converts into a lot of sugar as well. So they don't really, at least the impression that I got from the doctor was they don't really expect you to do what they're telling you. They just figure you're going to keep on doing whatever you've been doing. So the 1,000 milligrams was not cutting it. My blood sugar was 400 plus. My A1C was like 14.6, I think, something like that. So they upped me to 2,000 milligrams a day of metformin, and that wasn't doing it. So then they added 5 milligrams of glycoside, um, or yeah, glycoside. Um, and that still didn't do anything. My blood sugar was still anywhere from 280 to 400 without, well, certainly without soda, but uh, cutting back on, carbs, white bread, all that stuff. It really just was not doing it. And of course, talking to the doctors there in the US, all they say is the only other thing you can do is get on insulin. Wear an insulin pump, whatever. Insulin is the only other thing. There's nothing else, no other medication you can take. So when the cancer came up and I moved to Thailand, after the cancer stuff got going, they sent me for blood tests here for blood sugar, and the doctor put me on this, which I know it's backwards, but it's called diamicron, 60 milligrams, and this is glycoside. So that's the generic version of it, diamicron, or the brand name, whatever. Um, so when I started, my blood sugar when I got here, I think was around 250 or so was the fasting, and the A1C was 11.6 or something. So within 3 months, the fasting blood sugar dropped down into the mid 120s, and the A1C was 6.9. So I've had what is an unusual side effect for this, bunch of leg pain. It basically starts in my feet and slowly works its way up. By the time it gets to my knees, it's so painful I can hardly walk. I look like Artie Johnson from Laugh-In, barely able to move. So, and that was taking it every day. So I cut it out and then talked to the doctor again. So I've gone kind of back and forth on it. Last time I got the blood check done, I had not taken it at all, and my fasting was 137, I believe. And it looked like the A1C was climbing up just a little bit. It was like 6.8. She was worried that it would go 6.9 or 7, so had me start taking it again. And what I've been doing is taking it 3 days a week. So it was like Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. And the other thing I've been doing in conjunction with this is carnivore diet. So the I'll say the only sugar I was having was yogurt for trying to help with getting my digestive system back to normal after the cancer and radiation and chemo and everything. The yogurt here that I've been having is a low sugar yogurt. It's only 4 grams of sugar in a small container. I was having 4 of those a day, and then there's a little package of crackers that I would have that's 2 grams of sugar, and I also make a sandwich with Australian grass-fed butter, and the bread here only has 1 gram of sugar in it. So, granted, all added up between all of that, it's still probably 25 grams of sugar. But the last, I don't know, 3 weeks or so, I've been trying to cut out the dairy as much as possible. So I went ahead and had a blood test last weekend on Friday. Today is Monday. Yesterday we went and saw the doctor, and she was quite shocked because my blood sugar was 90, and normal range is 70 to 100 or 110, depending on who you ask. And my A1C was 5.6. Anything under 5.7 is normal. So, to the 3 different doctors in the US that told me there was nothing else other than insulin, it was either 2,000 milligrams of metformin, which was doing nothing, or being on insulin, having to inject myself all the time, and wear a blood sugar monitor all the time, and constantly be chasing, oh, my sugar's up, I need 2 milligrams of insulin, and oh, now it's down too much, I need to eat something sweet to get my sugar back up, and all this crazy crap. No, just carnivore diet and simple medication. Now she's actually concerned that it's working too well and wants me to cut it to 30 milligrams every other day, 3 days a week, to make sure that it doesn't get my blood sugar too low. And now that I've cut out the yogurt, we'll see in 3 months where it is, but I may just be able to stop it altogether. So, just keep in mind when I've had a lot of assorted injuries, unfortunately, over the last 42 years, and every time the doctors were either no help or they made it worse. So just because the doctor says, oh, this is standard procedure or whatever the case may be, that doesn't mean that it's the right thing to do or that it's a good thing to do. Do your own homework, investigate, and as with all of these videos, I am not a doctor. So I am not giving medical advice. I am just telling you what has happened with me. So, take a look. Don't let them pump you full of stuff that does not work or doesn't work for you. And do some homework. Make sure that, you're getting the help that you really need. So, make America healthy again. Take care. See you next time.